Alright, so I just got back for the first time ever skiing in Europe. I've skied a ton in the US and I didn't realize how different they are. Like, not just a little different, I'm talking completely different experience. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down the 5 biggest culture shocks that I found when I went to Europe for the first time as an American. From the size of the mountain, to the price, to the food, to the ski patrol, to the apper scene, you name it. And if you're thinking about taking a ski trip to Europe or America, this video could help you. Let's start off with the biggest difference, the actual mountains. In the US, when you think of a ski resort, you think of Vail or Park City, one of the main resorts where you basically ski up and down the same mountain for the entire day. But in Europe, it's completely different. Take the place that I went, for instance, Kitzbühel in Austria. You're skiing across towns, valleys, and peaks all connected together. It's more like a ski network than a resort. It would be like 3 to 5 US resorts combined. And here's the crazy part. You can start your day off in one ski village and end up in a completely different town. I did that on accident, but that's a story for a different time. Another key difference is how the runs are designed. In the US, you can take 1 or 2 lifts, get to the top of the mountain, and you can usually take one run to get all the way to the bottom. In Europe, it's more like ski across the mountain, explore a little bit, keep moving, and then take a lift when you want to. You're constantly traveling. And sometimes it could take 1 to 2 hours to get across the mountain, and no, that's not an exaggeration. So if you're someone who likes exploring new boundaries, Europe is for you. If you like the structure and the normality of a ski resort, the US is for you. Next up is probably the biggest shock, price. Let's start off with everybody's favorite, the lift tickets. So in name resorts like Aspen or Jackson Hole, 1-day lift tickets can usually run you up to $300 US, which if you ask me, that's absurd. In Europe, top ski resorts usually charge about 60 to 90 euros, which equates to about 70 to 100 US for a day pass. So Europe takes the cake for the actual day pass. And the price is not different just for lift tickets, it's also different for food. So in the US, you might spend $20 on a burger, $10 on fries, and $8 on a soda. But in Europe, when you go to eat, it's more like you're at a sit-down restaurant. And it's much cheaper, much better quality. Now another component is the price of rentals, and this is what shocked me. The price of rentals between the US and Europe really didn't change. When I went to Europe, I rented a snowboard for 3 days, and it came out to about 60 euros a day for the rental. Now that's pretty much on track with American ski resorts, so rentals are one thing that did not change from the US to Europe. But aside from the rentals, overall, Europe definitely does have US beat on pricing. Ski patrol and safety. This one actually surprised me the most. In the US, ski patrol is everywhere. They're constantly monitoring trails, marking hazards, and closing trails if need be. It's very controlled. If you take Breckenridge, Colorado, for example, you'll see ski patrol all day long. In Europe, it's more of a hands-off approach. You might go the entire day and not see one ski patroller on the entire mountain. There are marked trails, but once you get out there and go off the marked trails, you're kinda on your own. And a lot of trails that would be closed in the US are just open at your own risk in Europe, so you have to be careful. At the end of the day, the US will have a ski patroller going down making sure everyone will get to the bottom safely, but in Europe, you're on your own. At closing time, they don't do a sweep to make sure everyone gets off the mountain. You're on your own to make it to the bottom. So if you miss the last lift in Europe, you better hope there's a village at the bottom for you to ski down to. The bottom line is the US is more controlled and there's more safety present, but Europe has more freedom, and with freedom comes responsibility. So depending on your skill level, that could be a big factor. Now let's talk about people's favorite difference, food. In the US, on-mountain food is kind of quick and convenient. At most resorts, you'll find burgers, pizza, chicken tenders. It gets the job done, but it's not like a real meal. In Europe, food is part of the day. So you'll ski for a few hours, stop and get something to eat, and it will turn into a 1-hour lunch break. It's more of a sit down and take in the views type of ordeal. You'll find dishes like pasta, schnitzel, steaks, and even desserts. You're not rushing, you take your time, maybe even have a beer or two, and then get back on the mountain when you're ready. I also found that in Europe, there's a lot more smaller restaurants. across the mountain, as opposed to a few big lodges in the US. So the whole vibe is US will get you that quick refuel, get you going on the mountain again fast. But in Europe, it's more of a sit down, enjoy your meal, take an hour out of your day, and then get back on the mountain. It really depends on what you like. If you like snowboarding or skiing hard all day and you want that quick refuel, the US is for you. But if you want to sit down and enjoy your meal, then Europe's the way to go. And finally, arguably the most fun difference is apres-ski. If you don't know what this is, then you've never been to Europe. Let me explain. It's kind of like a party at the end of the day, but Europe does it a lot more different than the US does. In the US, you more or less finish skiing, then go to the bar, have a few drinks, and finish off your day. In Europe, apres starts on the mountain mid-afternoon. Places near the lifts turn on to full-on parties with DJs, drinks coming around, people dancing in their ski boots. It's a whole fiasco. And it starts before you're even done skiing. So instead of the US where it's ski, finish off your day, then go to the bar and grab a few drinks, in Europe it's more of a ski for majority of the day, party in the afternoon, then take the last run of the day at sunset. It's just a lot more high energy, so if you're looking to dance, party, and drink, Europe is for you. But if you want something more low-key, then the US is more your style. So overall, neither one is better, they're just completely different experiences. If you want huge terrain, cheaper prices, amazing food, and a party vibe, Europe is hard to beat. But if you want more structure, more safety, and that classic resort feel, the US does it really well. Personally, I think everyone needs to try both and experience it at least once. But I'm curious, if you've done both, which do you prefer? Drop it down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.